Hello everyone, this is Wenjie Chow, author of photo planning app called Planit Pro. In today's video, let's talk about the weather-related features. Make sure you tap on the menu and check the version number. It is 11.0.2. So that's a version which has a weather feature included. If you're below this version, make sure you update it from the Google Play Store. And if you're iOS, we haven't started working on this feature yet. It will take us some time to do it, but we will have the feature ready in the future. Another thing is all weather-related features are part of the Location Explorer subscription. Make sure you subscribe to it. And we support subscription for 1 month, 1 year, or even 5 years. So if you just want to give it a try, you can subscribe for 1 month. If you like the feature and want to keep using that, you can subscribe for a year. And for the 5-year subscription, you can only purchase directly from us, use PayPal or Zelle, because Google Play Store doesn't support 5 years. Let's say I want to shoot for a moonset alignment with the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco. That's the tallest building in San Francisco. Let's get started with the netmark locations. Choose the Salesforce Tower. Now the same pin is on the Salesforce Tower. And switch to the alignment location page. Make sure you have the date selected, then you have the moon, then just tap to search. In just a few seconds, you will see all the locations for this particular moon alignment. And let's tap on last one and use VR to take a look. And if you zoom in, look at it, it's a perfect alignment of the crescent moon. If you subscribe to the Location Explorer features, that's how easy it is right now to get the perfect alignment locations. Now we have the data time, and we also found a location which is next to the road. Everything is perfect. It will work before. That's it for the Planit Pro. The next thing you want to do is go to Wendy or some other weather app, look at the weather, and see whether any clouds that block the moon. But now you don't need to. Let's open the VR. Notice the little button here with the cloud. Just tap on that, and then boom, you see the cloud right there in the VR. How easy it is. Right now, the only model that's supported by this VR simulation is the GFS Global. We will add more model in the future, but in the meantime, if you want to check other model, we have a new page for you. If you swipe down from the title bar, you can choose a weather accessor. And over here, you can choose all kinds of different models. Let's choose GFS Global, and here you choose the moon blocked by the clouds. The reason is we want to make sure there's no cloud that blocks moon. Even though there are tons of clouds behind me, that's fine, as long as on the direction of the moon, there are no clouds. So the weather access page, this moon blocked by cloud, is for this purpose. You can just tap to begin the assessment. And here you go. Your camera location is right here, and the blue line is the line of sight to the moon. There will be some clouds over here, but will not block the moon. There are also some low clouds over here, which is very typical in San Francisco, but those will not affect the moon either. You can also choose a different model, let's say the icon model, and do the access again, and very similar result. No clouds over here, some clouds over here, but the line of sight to the moon is clear. Based on the result of the assessment, we're pretty sure we will get the shot. We also add a new hourly forecast page. You can swipe up from here, or you can go to the menu. There is a weather forecast here. Those two are the same thing. But it's very easy to just swipe up from here to see the hourly forecast. And if you have trouble seeing those little icons, you can use 2 fingers to zoom in like that. And notice this is the green color that's corresponding to the daytime over here. And you can tap this button to go back to the zoom level, and you can swipe to go to different time. Same as before, you can tap on the left of the slider to go to the day slider. But in this case, the weather forecast will become the daily forecast. And if you tap on the right hand side, you can go back to the hourly forecast. And if you tap this right hand side again, you can go to the minutes forecast. But we don't have the minutes, of course. It's a 15 minutes resolution forecast. You can still swap to see it. Let's go back to the hourly forecast. You can swipe up and down to see the different parameters. If you think this is too much data, you can just filter by the base category. Or if you're interested in the photographer related stuff, You can see all those different risk scores or the probability scores. Those are very useful as a landscape photographer. Or you can tap air quality to see the air quality related parameters. Or you can tap the advanced to see some more advanced parameters. But anyway, we will have a separate video to talk about those parameters in more details. And finally, if you press and hold on this button, and you can get to the windy layers. But before I do that, if you tap here, you can also see a windy outdoors map. But this is only for the map itself. Has nothing to do with the windy weather forecast. So the correct way is tap this map provider or just press and hold this button is go to this windy map provider. If you tap on that, it gives you some hints and just say continue. And now you got this satellite cloud map, which is very useful before we shoot anything. So unlike the cloud layer from the forecast, this is real time. You can swap here and see the cloud change from the satellite. If you want to see the forecast cloud as in windy, you can just tap here and choose the cloud layers. And here you can choose GFS model, icon model, or name. And if you're Europe, you can choose other model like icon EU. And if you're in Germany, you can choose the D2. So there's tons of models you can choose from. The only one that is missing is the EC model, which Windy purchased EC, but they are not allowed to let us using it. So that's only unfortunate point. But the good news is the EC model will become open source probably end of this year. So at that time, I hope Windy will change their policy to allow us to use this EC model as well. And you can choose lower clouds or higher clouds, just like being windy. And if you want to change the time, you can just change here to change the time. It's fully integrated. There's another cool feature in the weather access page is you can choose the sunrise glow block by clouds or the sunset. This is to predict if you can get epic, very colorful sunrise or sunset. Let's choose sunrise, and here you can choose a different model. I just use the default one. Tap here to begin the assessment, and here you go. So it may take a moment to understand what's going on with this chart. And there is an icon here you can tap to get a description of what exactly this graph means. We will have a separate video to talk about this in details and show you different scenarios. But in this particular case, it's very clear. If you tap here, you can get a little bar that you can drag up and down to go to different height or left and right based on the time. So let's say I put my bar right over here, and you can see the incoming sunbeam is at negative 1.9 elevation angle. And my camera is right over here. That's your location, and which means you cannot see the sun at the moment because the sun is below the horizon. However, the sunlight will still reach the bottom of the clouds over here, and all those clouds are the clouds that you can see. And it will be an epic sunrise because there's no cloud that's blocking those sunbeams. So again, we will have more video to talk about that, but just try it because it's very easy to understand. So subscribe to the Location Explorer feature and give the new weather feature a try. And in the first time ever, those advanced features become available to you in an app, and you will be happy using them. That's it for this short video tutorial, and stay tuned for more videos.